It's another big day for Helldivers, which seems to be a theme for this game, right? As it just keeps rolling on and on with new orders, patches, and war bonds, which happens to be the case for today as Cutting Edge has now been inserted into the game. And I've got a quick rundown of that in today's upload. We've also got a new Super Credit Store reset, a new Daily Order, and also some quick suggestions for all of you out there running those TCS missions to help with the major order. Welcome to the channel, it's LtBuzzLitebeer, and there's so much hell diving going on, and it's great to see. Thanks again for your awesome support for my uploads. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. And let's get into all of the news from Helldivers. As always, chapters are up in place and available for a smooth viewing experience. Use them if you want to. Alright, let's head over to the Superstore. This is a 3-day reset, and let's take a look at the first body armor. This is the CE67 Titan, which is a hybrid light-medium body armor. It's hybrid in the fact that it features enhanced speed and stamina regen, but slightly less armor than a medium body armor set. Now this features the engineering kit passive armor talent, further reducing recoil when crouching or prone by 30%, and it increases initial inventory and holding capacity of grenades by +2. The current heavy body armor on sale right now in the Superstore is the CM17 Butcher with an armor rating of 150. This features the med kit passive armor talent, which increases initial inventory and holding capacity of stims by +2, and it increases stim effect duration by 2 seconds. Heading over to the star map and taking a look at our current major order progress. It has right around 5 days to go, and you Helldiver savages out there have already 100% completed Fenrir III, and I know that most Helldivers are now heading over to Turing next. We also have a new personal order. It's to kill 200 enemies using the machine gun, and versus Terminids, you should be able to knock this out fairly quickly. Next up, let's head over to what everyone's been waiting for, the new premium war bond. This is called Cutting Edge. You're going to need to either have saved up 1,000 super credits through your adventures throughout the game, or go into the Super Credit Store and purchase them right now. That's going to set you back $9.99 USD. Heading into the Warbond itself, page 1, here's the new Bot Slayer Premium Player Card. Next, we have the Localization Confusion Premium Booster. I purchased it. I look forward to testing it in just a few minutes. We also get 100 super credits on sale here on page 1. And then our first new Premium Warbond weapon, the LAS-16 Sickle. This is an energy-based weapon, 55 damage, fire limit is 9, recoil is 2, and fire rate is 750. This is a light armor pin weapon that also pushes out heat damage. This is the new Head Tap Premium Victory Pose. Moving over to the next body armor. A little disappointing on these body armors. They're all kind of the same. This is the EX03 Prototype 3. It's a medium body armor. They all feature electrical conduit. Provides 95% resistance to arc damage. Next is this next EX03 Prototype 3 helmet to kind of go along with the last body armor. Of course, no additional bonuses here. And this is the new Bot Slayer Premium Cape. Quickly jumping to page 2, here's the Shotgun Show Premium Victory Pose. Next, over to the EX16 Prototype 16. This is another medium body armor, and again featuring electrical conduit. I like the way it looks. I'm a little disappointed in the fact it does not feature a different passive armor talent. Here's the EX16 Prototype 16 helmet. Looks like something a droid would be rocking in Star Wars. Jumping down to the Martyrus Rex Premium Cape. I like the way this one looks as it goes from light down to dark at the bottom, and it also has an accompanying player card. This is the Martyrus Rex player card. Jumping over to what I really want to unlock on page 2 here, the G23 Stun Grenade. This should prove to be very useful versus automatons. There's also 100 super credits, and then our second new weapon of this premium Warbond, the SG 8P Punisher Plasma Shotgun. 100 damage, 8 capacity, 110 recoil, and 80 fire rate with explosive damage. And finally, on to page 3. Here's the Agent of Oblivion premium player card. Next up will be the second to last weapon in this Warbond. 60 medals for the LAS-7 dagger, 150 damage per second, 5 fire limit, 1 recoil, so no recoil. It's a light armor pen weapon that's one-handed, shoots a continuous laser beam, and does heat damage. Next up, 100 super credits because why not? It's going to set you back 32 medals to get it. And here's the final weapon in this Warbond. 80 medals for the Arc 12 Blitzer. 250 damage, infinity capacity, 60 recoil, and 30 fire rate. So it shoots quite slow. Just consider this to be the shotgun version of the Arc Thrower. Next up, let's take a look at the next victory pose. This is called Presentable, as our Helldiver brushes themselves off after combat. Next up, for 64 medals, here's the final body armor in this Warbond, the EX00 Prototype X. This is a light body armor, so fast speed, fast stamina regen, and of course, electrical conduit. This is the final helmet in the Warbond, the EX00 Prototype X. Interesting that it has no visor, no eye holes, just a complete armor plate. And this is the final cape, the Agent of Oblivion, that's going to set you back 30 medals. And finally, since we're taking on Terminids in the current major order with a new point defense game mechanic built around activating those TCS towers, I wanted to just quickly drop in 4 tips, I guess we could call them suggestions, on how to complete this mode, as I have been squatting up almost exclusively with randoms, and there are some interesting takes on how to tackle the objectives, and hopefully you can detect the sarcasm in that statement. Okay, first up is tip number 1. You're going to need to activate the first terminal at the base of the central tower before any of this will actually turn on and begin. And by the way, that's not the actual tip. This is the tip. All of you need to run to a single silo. They are individually numbered 1 through 3. I mean, if you're not on mic, someone needs to type it out in the chat window or maybe highlight it on the map. And I do mean all Helldivers need to run to the same silo. Not 2 of you, not 3 of you, all 4 of you. 1 out of every 3 matches, there is a YOLO McSwaggins in my squad that refuses to comply with orders. They just run in the opposite direction, I guess, as they want to take a silo all by their lonesomes, and they just die over and over. Yeah, don't be that player. Okay, on to tip number 2. Spread out and position yourselves in the 4 corners around the silo, and make sure to call in things like a resupply, or like for me, I like using those EAT, so I call in the spares before pressing the button at the silo to begin the point defense. More time calling in stratagems is less time killing bugs, so plan ahead early, like with those sentry call-ins. If you are at each corner on a corner defense of the silo, you should have a good view left and right to take on the hordes. Also, friendly fire is active on the silo, so if you're dropping mortars right at the base, or like airstrikes or whatever, you are actually hurting those silos. Okay, tip number 3, once you hit 100% on a silo, don't hang around killing off the remaining hordes, and definitely don't waste your stratagems on them. Just call out or highlight the next silo and run like hell. I've been in too many lobbies where several Helldivers are still at a silo we've completed trying to pad their kill counts. The bugs will just keep spawning in, and you are wasting time in an area that has already been completed. And finally, tip number 4, try to plan out your stratagems. I know it sounds obvious, but there is a bit of method to this madness. Laser guard dog rovers are actually very useful in this mode, as they will fry a lot of the lower level chaff. Mechs are also very useful, along with, like I said earlier, turrets, and believe it or not, Tesla towers. Yeah, I said Tesla towers. Mortars and high AoE airstrikes and orbitals can do serious harm to those silos, so basically you want to avoid those. Instead, going for items that are precise. And again, don't be solo McSwaggins going for personal glory. Help out the squad. There is no extra XP out there for being top dog with most kills. Okay, this is probably a great place to press pause for today. We fit in the new Premium Warbond. We talked about the TCS. We also covered the Daily Order and the new Superstore reset. Remember to hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. All my socials can be found down in the video description below. By the way, also check in the video description for an open invite link to my official Discord server, where we have an awesome and upcoming Helldivers community, complete with general channels, tips and tricks channels, and of course the ever popular LFG or looking for group area, where you can find like-minded Helldivers, squad up with them, and then once you're up on mic, join in our free Discord voice channels so you can coordinate and bring max pain. Shout out to the now over 208,000 of you that have stuck with me and hit subscribe. The channel growth has been absolutely insane over the past month, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer signing off.